Good morning everyone, welcome to the channel, hope you're all okay. Again, I just remind you to smash that like button please and subscribe to the channel, and thanks again for all your really nice comments. I can't tell you how much it means to me, the fact that I'm making this content and you're all enjoying it and appreciating it and giving me good feedback for it. Cheers guys, thanks a lot. I'll continue to keep my efforts up in making these videos for you. So obviously we're just going to jump into the Bitcoin chart right now. As you can see that yesterday it flew out of this rising wedge as we suspected it might do, and it just went up and it was approaching our target of 53.47. It topped out a little bit just there. If we put the price in now, you can see it topped out, so that's a bit of resistance moving forward right now, is that 52.567 for Bitcoin. So the next protocol, we need to get through that. What we're in danger of actually is coming down any more and falling back into this wedge, because that would be quite bearish. If we did re-enter the wedge, then the selling pressure would be on Bitcoin and it could potentially drop down and hit our target down here. So that is still on the cards, and again, if it was to happen, yeah, great, it's a healthy correction, and these things happen in crypto, as you know. What's positive is we've still got cryptos going up, so it's not the end of it all, it's not the end of the bull run. The bull run's still on the cards, we're still in a bull market guys. If you just take a look at Ethereum now, that Grayscale bought 20,000 Ethereum yesterday and all of a sudden the price shot up. Well, the last time Grayscale bought any magnitude of anything was Bitcoin, and the price shot up on that as well. So Grayscale is slowly adding, they know something that probably people don't, and you know, they're getting in there and adding it to their funds so that, you know, that it's just going to rocket basically. So right now on Bitcoin, on the hourly, you can see we are coming down a little bit on Bitcoin, and again I would expect us to hit some form of resistance right here. As you can see, we're hitting resistance right there. Yeah, that's the previous all-time high before it broke out the wedge and went on its way to this current all-time high. So at the moment it is fighting just there. If you take a look at this level here, it's fighting with that previous all-time high. So again, you may expect to see a bounce here for Bitcoin back up to the previous all-time high. If not, you could potentially lose it and fall back into the wedge, where it would probably trade like this again before breaking out or breaking down. And you know, and just make you aware that anything is possible in crypto. You know that anyway. You've been watching the channel, things go up, things go down, but we are in a bull market, and this is a continuation pattern. Basically what's happening here is perhaps Bitcoin's probably losing a bit of dominance, which is healthy. You know, a lot of the money is moving into the blue chip alts, so to speak, i.e. Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, projects like that. You know, so what we'll do, we'll take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart right now and see where we are on that. Oh yeah, so as you can see here, we've been targeting this specific support level for Bitcoin. We made a video the other day about the Bitcoin dominance chart and how you could potentially ride the dominance chart on Bitcoin to acquire more Bitcoin in the long term. You can see that when we made the video, I believe it was around about here, and Bitcoin did bounce, come back, tested support again, broke through it and looked like it was off to the races, but now it's coming back down and it's testing this support again. So again, this is a really critical area for Bitcoin. Basically, like we've said in previous videos, if Bitcoin was to lose this support line, you know, we could see a massive alt season, and that is still potentially on the cards. You know, that Bitcoin could just slow down now, go sideways for a bit and let alts catch up. We have seen a massive pump on alts in the past month or so, and that's this here. If you look from early January, you know, Bitcoin lost its dominance, and in this region here, as it was losing its dominance in the market share, alts rallied and made new all-time highs. You got the blue chips doing well against Bitcoin. Obviously, if it's doing well against Bitcoin, it's doing well against the USD, doing well against fiat. So right now we're testing this support, and you may see a little bounce here in Bitcoin. It might shoot up a little bit and the alts bleed off, but potentially this is a really key area. This may be an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We may see a bounce like that, and the potential bounce down is from there to the neckline. So if we break that region there, then Bitcoin could jump down to 60% dominance in the market. So we could see a little bit of a alt run over the next few days whilst Bitcoin cools down. So that's a potential play there for Bitcoin on the Bitcoin dominance chart. If we zoom out, so again, yeah, you can see on the weekly time frame here, on the Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see how this led to the massive alt run in 2017. If you look at the bottom of the chart whilst I'm hovering over a candlestick, you can see the date. So this led to a massive alt run just there, guys. And then obviously crypto collapsed and everything capitulated. Alts went to sleep and Bitcoin started to regain some of this dominance over the few years until the bull run started again. So basically now this is a really, really crucial area. You can see we have multiple touches along this trend line, multiple touches there. So the question is now, is Bitcoin going to bounce, or is it going to lose this support, leading to something like this in the dominance down here to this key level right here, which is down at 35% market dominance for Bitcoin. You can see the volumes coming in, the sheer amount of volume that's coming in trade on crypto right now, guys, is astronomical. It's insane. You know, look at the volume here that was traded in the market, and it's just picking up. So this is not going away. You know, I think that crypto is evolving. I think we're on the cusp of an insane bull run. I really do. I think that you're going to see things just go 10, 20, 30, 40x in a week, some in a day. It's just going to go insane. I think the sheer amount of money that's going to flow into the market, because obviously there's a lot of liquidity in the world. We spoke yesterday, the stimulus checks and everything. There's just a lot of money flowing around and people don't know what to do with it. They're locked down obviously because of corona, and they want to put their money somewhere. So yeah, why not crypto? As I've said before, it's an emerging market. It's the only thing that's realistically making any money for people. So it's all good. But yeah, there will be an end to the bull run, obviously, and that, as I've spoke to you about, is towards September, October. So keep an eye on that, guys. Keep following the channel for more updates on that. I'm going to show you levels in which we can target where we could probably detect a top as well. And by detecting the top, I will be looking at Bitcoin's trading history around about here when we did have the top. Because if you remember 2017, this was when Bitcoin topped out and the market crashed. And you know, people, it was flying, it was 20k, and people kept thinking it would go up forever. But there were signals in there. If you look closely, there are signals which I will show you eventually, further on down the line in the channel, that shown you that it was potentially the top. So we've got to keep an eye out for those signals again moving forward towards September, October as Bitcoin tops out. And a lot of people are analysing that Bitcoin could potentially go to 250k by that time. So again, that's another story. But right now, we're on the cusp of an insane bull run. You can see that Bitcoin is painting a green candle there on the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly time frame. So the question is now, is it going to lose this support line? So that's something to keep an eye on, guys. It really is. It's so critical. This level here is actually more important than most things. It's more important than the Bitcoin price, because if Bitcoin bounces here, which it possibly could do, it easily could do. I mean, it could even be forming a head and shoulders on this trend line here. So you could potentially see something like this start to play out. That could be a head, okay, and then that could be an inverse head and shoulders again. So it goes down, but we could potentially see a bounce there, because that could be forming left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So with that pattern there, you would expect Bitcoin to bounce here. Again, nothing set in stone. It's all 50-50. It could go either way. So as you look at it like this, along this trend line, that's a left shoulder, that's a right shoulder, that's a left shoulder, that's a head, and we might start forming the right shoulder, come back up, and then bounce back down, and then lose, because it's an inverse head and shoulders. You see this inverse head and shoulders, guys. And again, the way you measure it is from the top there, and then the point of the breakout. So we could see Bitcoin potentially over the next few weeks, towards the end of March, beginning of April, shoot up, make fantastic new all-time highs, have a correction, and then lose dominance down to almost 50%, or 49%. So that's just to play on the cards in the Bitcoin dominance chart. I'm going to jump onto the Ethereum chart now for you guys. So looking at Ethereum on the weekly, which we very rarely do, but you can see it's just beautiful. It's just going up. It's hitting this support line here, coming back down, testing its support. If we jump on the 4-hourly time frame now for Ethereum, get a clearer view of what's going on, guys. So right now we're on the 4-hourly time frame. You can see that yesterday we set our target just there, this price, and it's bounced off it. You can see that I think yesterday we delete that for you guys. Yesterday we spoke about how this line here, this particular line here, may play a very important role going forward for Ethereum, because as you can see it's bouncing off it numerous times now as support. So we have a trend, we have our resistance at the top, we have our support at the bottom, and then Ethereum is just trading within this channel, right? So it's just trading in this trend, but now you can see that it's actually stepped up. So we could potentially move this up, so we're now in this range, but I will keep it there because I am expecting a pullback to this line at some point. That's not being bearish, it's just being realistic. I am expecting some kind of pullback, because you can see we've not had a pullback down to this area for a long time now, for over a month there. That was the middle of January. So yeah, Ethereum though, it looks extremely good. It's extremely bullish. Grayscale has bought 20,000 of them yesterday, so they're hodling Ethereum. They know what's coming. So again, as I'm recording this, Ethereum's just breaking all-time highs. It's setting new all-time highs. So Ethereum potentially hit the top of this channel, which if we set a price up there, we're looking at something like this over the next few hours. What date is it today, guys? So it's the 18th today. So if Ethereum could do something like this, get up to this level, then this would be a major resistance up here at this level, 1996, and we could potentially see a bit of a pullback for Ethereum, possibly come down, test this center support line, which you can see it's brilliant. It's lining up absolutely superb for support at the moment in this run, and then can come back up again and range like this, you know. But that play where Bitcoin could create an inverse head and shoulders could lead to a retest of this support line for Ethereum over the next coming weeks. But again, super bullish, guys. As you can see, the pullback, we bounced off this support line as we support, and then we're going up testing the new all-time highs now. So yeah, Ethereum's looking good, and you know, we're still well on the cards for a 2.5k 3k Ethereum by the end of March, beginning of April. So that's really good on Ethereum. Just going to take a look at Chainlink. So again, Chainlink, at the moment you could say that this center line is forming some form of resistance. You see how Chainlink trades in the bottom of it, where Ethereum trades in the top. So Ethereum could potentially do something like this till it breaks out again and tests a new all-time high, breaks a new all-time high. So at the minute it's just a level of consolidation for Chainlink. You'll probably find that it will just start to coil up as it did down here. So it may get towards the bottom of this trend line. So we might be looking at something like this for Chainlink, where it goes up. This is just a repeat of this cycle. It went up just there, tested this resistance, came back down, tested the support, traded below, but progressively moving up, testing the bottom of this support line as support, and then until it decided to make its move out, braked up, tested the top of the channel as resistance. So again, you could potentially see something like this for Link, where it just dives a little bit, test, keeps coming back up, and then it decides to break out up towards $40. So that is a potential play for Chainlink. Really easy, fluid, beautiful chart is Chainlink. Just progressively, organically going up, day by day, week by week, breaking new all-time highs. So just going to dive into the Reef. Keep an eye on Reef for you guys. I will start making more separate videos on these cryptos, but it's just easy for me to chuck them all in one place at the moment. I'm going to do a separate video on 1inch today because I've got some information about that. Yeah, so as you can see, Reef is just being supported off this trend line. It's great that we're actually bouncing off this trend line as support. So, you know, we could just see ourselves crabbing up like this, testing this trend line, this support line as support, moving up like this for the next couple of days, and then have a breakout, test this previous all-time high, and then obviously our target there of 6 cents, and then it's off to the races. So again, it's just steady Eddie with Reef, guys. As long as we don't fall out of this and we drop down to this level, because that is a major support level. We lose that and, you know, Reef could basically collapse on itself, so that wouldn't be a good thing for Reef. So these again are important levels to keep an eye on Reef. I'm just going to drop the fib on Reef actually, from the top to what I presume is the bottom of this trade. Is just there. So as you can see, this is called a Fibonacci retracement, guys, and this is an extremely powerful tool, because you can see that from the top to the bottom, as Reef breaks up, it hits a lot of resistance on these particular levels, and a lot of traders target this. A lot of traders will know that as this goes up, there will be a lot of sell orders at these levels. So these are key levels to keep an eye on, guys, because you will see a lot of fighting as Reef moves up. You will see a lot of volume stepping at these particular levels. People will be selling before, because they know there'll be a bit of a drop. You know, they'll be longing and shorting at these levels. So again, we're bouncing off the 236. We're at this level right here now is acting as support on the 0236. So then we'll step up and we'll be bouncing off a 038 as support, get through the 05. This is the golden ratio, this is the golden pocket. Get through that and we're off, and we'll break all-time highs. So yeah, that's the Fibonacci retracement tool, guys. Have a play with it on the charts and see what you can see. It's a very good, powerful trading tool. You know, if we go from the initial breakout, which was down there, you can see right now that on the way up, we topped out from the initial move there, went up, came back down, bounced off the 078, and now we're ranging in the golden ratio. So that's positive for Reef, that we are ranging in the golden ratio. It's just very positive that we've not dropped below it again. We did here, we came back down and tested it as support. Again, if we was to drop down, you know, you will be looking at a bounce off the 076 if we was to lose it. So these are key levels. Again, traders, pro traders, use these all the time to make their trades, because they know that other traders are looking at these levels, guys. This is why you see all this training within ranges, because they work off the Fibonacci levels, and Fibonacci exists everywhere. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you liked. Please again like and subscribe and smash that like button and share the video. I have noticed that there's another channel that's stealing my content, hence why I've put the logo down there, guys. I do apologise if it's ignoring you, but there's been a channel that's just stealing my content and claiming it's its own, so I'm putting the copyright on the videos moving forward. Again, thanks a lot, guys. Cheers. I'll catch you later. I'm going to hopefully do another video today on 1 inch, so keep an eye out for that. And I may do a BNB coin update, because I made a video on that yesterday. So yeah, again, watch this space, guys. Good luck to everyone that's involved in the space. Let's keep marching forward. Cheers. Bye.